Hi everybody, I'm Trin Johnson and welcome to Dust in My Eye. Today I am going to play a little bit with my Prismacolor water-soluble colored pencils. I bought these quite a few years ago and I was really not happy with how they worked. I didn't like the way they laid down, I didn't like the way they wet, and I finally just gave up on them, and they pretty much went in a drawer and stayed there. And then I found out about the Fabriano Artistico paper when I used it with the Elegant Writer and Tombow markers, Neocolor 2s, and watercolor markers, water-soluble markers, I should say, like the Winsor & Newton watercolor markers, those kinds. And again, Elegant Writer. And I really liked the way this paper worked with it. Someone had suggested that, and I thought, well, how much difference can paper make? But it really made a big difference. So I thought I would give these a try again. Years and years and years ago, when my children were little, I bought these at the Early Learning Center, and these were really cool. You can see they are very well used. And it was the first time I'd ever seen anything like this. It was probably in the 90s. And I kept looking for more sets of them because I taught a children's art class at the dance studio where my kids danced. And we did a lot of different mediums. And I finally found some watercolor pencils that I could buy packs of that weren't too ridiculously expensive. And it was this made in England, Thougt Aquarelle. I don't know anything about them, but they were a reasonable price, and I bought a bunch of packages of them. They did not work as well as these did, but I wonder how they would work on this paper. So I might play with that a little bit too, just to see what they do. I have kept one set here. I think I gave away a bunch of them because who needs that many sets? I don't teach children's classes anymore. But these are really, really nice. I'm not sure, they don't make them anymore. So, and then those, of course, they do make, but I wasn't really thrilled with them. So we're going to try that. So what I want to do is I want to rip this paper and get a few more sheets of this size. So I can make, in the end, I can hook them together, maybe just knot them together, make a little sketchbook. I could do it before I filled it all in. I might do that. I'm not sure. It's just very easy to work with them when they're all separate like this. So I might bind them afterwards. Also, the other water-soluble pencils I have the Caran d'Ache Supercolor 2. I have a little bit of those, a few of those that I use to sketch in before I paint. And I have white Museum Aquarelle Caran d'Ache, which are supposed to be like the top ones, but it's hard to tell when they're white. I mean, I like them a lot, but I've never used them to like paint, draw with. I use them for highlights and things. So I might try a little bit of that on black paper just to see what it does. But in the meantime, I thought it might be interesting for you to see how I tear down or rip a piece of Fabriano paper. They come about 30 inches by 22 inches, which would be, what, in centimeters? 76 centimeters by around 56 centimeters. And I have this old T-square from college that I have made markings on so that when I rip paper, I could do it really, really quickly. I have 9 inches here, 9 inches there and 9 inches to there. So I could take this and make marks, probably up at the edge where my 9 inches were. And I could rip those pages. And this 11-inch one means it's 11 inches from this edge to that edge. That's what the arrow means. It goes in that direction. These arrows go in this direction. It's kind of confusing, and I have to look at this and go, how did I mean this? But it's when I'm using it, I know what it means because I'm doing a bunch at once. Now this is going to be a little different because I am trying to match these size pages and not my normal 9-inch by 9-inch, which gives me 3 times 6 9 by 11 sheets, and then a little strip at the bottom here where the watermark is. So today I just want to do this, and this is two. I can get 2 across. So again, I'm going to rip the 11 inches across the middle, and then I'm going to rip the long pieces. So let us get that marked, and I'll show you how I do it. What I tend to do too was get rid of the extra paper at the end that I didn't need anyway. But like I said, these are a little different than this because these are not 9 inches. So I am not sure where I'm going to end up down at the end here. When I did this before, I only did 1 chunk and then I broke the rest of it up normally. So let us do this way. First of all, I'm going to turn that over so it's flat. Now this, I am just going to use these to mark my pages. And this is about 7 inches it ends up by 5.5 by 7, around that approximately. And I'm just going to put my square edge up here against the edge of the table so I can do this one more easily. But I did a lot of ripping of this paper in the last few years because it was a good price, and little did I know how much I was going to like it for this kind of thing. So I'm going to go to my other table and I will finish this up and take you to the other table and we'll get painting. So I have chosen a picture that I will pop up in the corner briefly if I can make that work. I always have problems with that part of my software. I'm not going to leave it up there because I'm not going to follow it to the letter. It is from pexels.com, but I'm going to kind of use it as a jumping off point. So first thing I want to do, normally I would use a water-soluble pencil to sketch in for watercolor. now I have a whole bunch that I'm going to try here. So I'm just going to loosely sketch in some stems first. Don't quite have the right color, so we're going to ad-lib a little bit here. Well, the colors are nothing like the picture because I really did not have that shade. I don't have anything that's a hot pink in this. Now, I could add some hot pink from this set just for funsies. Just give it a little pop. It helps if you dip the paintbrush end into the water and not the wooden end of the paintbrush. Words to live by. Okay, what I think I've realized is I do not care for colored pencil background. That did not work real well for me. Sorry. So I am going to stick to the flowers for the colored pencil part. And use my regular watercolor or whatever I want for the background. It might just be the size of it that it bothers me, and it just might be, I don't know, maybe I still don't have this watercolor pencil thing figured out. I do think this paper helped. It's way better than what I've had going ever before. But oddly, I think there's more pigment in the children's ones than there are in the Prismacolor. I'm sure they're not light fast or anything like that, but they're really pretty nice. It's a shame that I don't think they're made anymore. It is nice to have the pencil for details, though. I would say it's really hard to get a lot of contrast with these. Let's try a little darker shadow. I can tell you they're still not my fave. I did find it worked better on this paper. But it would not be what I would reach for to have a good time. And again, is it the paper? Is it the way I use them? Is this just not how they're intended to be used? I'm not really sure. It is better. And I did have to use some traditional watercolor also in order to get it to work the way I wanted it to. I wish I could find my first one to show you because I do like it way better than that. I mean, it was kind of a fun sketch. I don't know. Let me try one more thing here. Let's try the white aquarelle, museum aquarelle. All I know is it was an awful lot of work for something that is it's like hard fought the whole time. So I don't know. My jury is still out, although it's not real promising for these watercolor or water soluble Prismacolors. Honestly felt like I got more out of the children's pack from Early Learning Center from back in the day than I did from these. They just had more pop. So I don't know. I'm tempted to get more of the really nice ones and see if that is why I struggle. But if it is just not a medium that I find enjoyable to really work with, maybe I should just let it go. Here's a thought. So anyway, If you got anything out of this video, please hit the like button. And if you would like to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified of future videos, hit the cute little bell. And I really do appreciate your sticking with this whole process. If you're still here at the end of this attempt session, I really appreciate it. So if you would like to, please check out my Etsy shop where I have prints of my artwork and some cute little monsters for sale, along with a bunch of other stuff. So until next time, thank you so much for watching.